Hello everyone, this is Gary with your cards of the day, and today, numerologically speaking, we have a day 17-8, and 17 is the number of the star card, which is about hopes and wishes and really looking for, in a sense, a brighter future. And 8 is a number that I associate with the strength card. Now, I am aware that some people reverse strength and justice. Personally, I find that strength is associated with 8 because strength is a card that I associate with the sign of Leo. And the reason that I don't reverse them is because that puts the astrological signs out of order. If you then had justice, which is Libra, coming before Leo. So it also feels very right today for that to come out, because we are right in the middle of the Leo star sign. So it seems like an appropriate energy for us to be experiencing today. Now, in terms of the cards that I'm using, I've chosen them primarily more for the backs than the fronts, because we have this kind of Celtic knotwork kind of effect going on with all of the cards today. And we actually have 2 cards from the same deck, because as I was shuffling and splitting them, I got a very strong impression that there were 2 cards that needed to come out. So we have 2 cards from the Celtic Tarot by Julian de Burgh. We have a card from the Robin Wood Tarot, and we also have the Norse Tarot by Clive Barrett, which is one of my all-time favourite decks. Our first card today is a very fiery card. What we have here, even in this beautiful watercolour, is pretty much a massacre. We have sort of blood everywhere, houses burning in the background. It's a pretty unpleasant scene. This is the 10 of Swords, which it probably won't surprise you to hear. Now, I know that this is a card that a lot of people fear because of the strong imagery, but the feeling here very much is one of, in a sense, we've gone through all of that really dark, difficult stuff with the last sort of period of time, really, and very much that is something else that the numerology makes me think of as well, because what we have is the star card coming out for sort of hope for the future, and we've had to show an awful lot of strength in the past, and we're hoping really that we're getting to a point now where the challenges that we've been facing are kind of, in a sense, coming to a close, and we're looking to a brighter future. This would tend to support that, because I see this very much as the wheel turning, and when it hits the bottom and things are literally as bad as they can be, then the wheel has to turn and things look up. So it's almost, in a sense, a very hopeful card, rather than a sort of dark influence that to be concerned about. Now, our second card for today is the King of Swords, and what we have here is someone who is very alert, very mentally aware, very strong. Once again, we have that element of strength, and what I'm being shown here is his cloak has this sort of portal effect to it, with the stars behind it. And if you think about, again, the star card being our hopes and our wishes, it's as if we're looking through the portal and we're looking into our future. We're looking to where we're hoping to be, we're looking to what we're wishing for, and we have the king there protecting those dreams, protecting those hopes. The other thing as well that is very strong with me here is to be aware that we don't want necessarily to see everybody as an adversary today. There's a tendency with being so ready and so protected to be a little bit maybe standoffish with people. So use your intellect today to really discern when you need to protect and when you need to be careful, let's say, and when you don't. It's kind of using your judgment today. There's an element of that here as well. Now, moving to our third card for today. This is a very happy card to see because we have the 10 of Cups, which does make me think that one of our main focuses today will be on family and friends and spending time with them, enjoying their company, perhaps even, having little gatherings, especially with this being the weekend. There could be an indication of actually having, I don't know, maybe barbecues or just general sort of get-togethers, really. So enjoy that. Enjoy the company of your friends and your family, and really have a good time. Allow yourself to have a good time, which is something that I sense that a lot of us have struggled with of late, is in a sense giving ourselves permission to have a good time. There's an indication here that kind of positive energy is around us today, and it would be a good thing to do. And then our final card, which was the one that kind of was jumping out at me as I was selecting another card, is the 3 of Wands. Now this is another card which we've had before very, very recently. I believe we actually got the 3 yesterday as well. And here what we are seeing is we are, in a sense, waiting for the next phase. We're waiting for the next series of challenges, perhaps even looking for them. So this feels very much like a sort of end of weekend kind of energy. We are where we are now, and we have time to recuperate and enjoy ourselves. But we've still got one eye on next week. We've still got one eye on the future and on our next series of events and challenges, perhaps. We're looking forward towards that, and it does feel from this card as though we are ready, but we need to let that come to us in its own time. So at the moment, really just focus on having a positive time this weekend. So, if we look at these 4 cards in review now, we start with an indication with the 10 of Swords that it has been a really tough time, perhaps especially this week for us. But that cycle seems to be indicated to be coming to an end, and whatever the difficulties and problems were, it can only really get better from there. In terms of today, that will perhaps leave us feeling very drained. Again, I'm aware that there are people who've been extremely drained over the last couple of days, so it's not surprising with all that difficult energy around. We have the King of Swords, which is offering us protection, clarity, a sort of using our mental powers, using our discernment to really know when we have to protect ourselves and when we can loosen up a little bit and be a bit more open with people. Also, we have this portal, so we are really holding on to and protecting those things that we desire and hope for and wish for. We have a card indicating that it's a good time today to spend time with friends and family, to enjoy ourselves, and we need to give ourselves permission to really open our emotions up like that and have a good time. And then moving forward, as the day finishes, we start to get to a point where we're looking forwards. We're looking perhaps to the week ahead, to the next series of challenges that are going to be facing us. We've in a sense bookended our day, because we've finished one series of challenges and we are now looking forwards to the next ones. So I hope you've enjoyed these cards of the day and this slightly mixed Celtic and Norse look at the energies around us. As always, please feel free to leave me some comments and let me know how these themes interact with your day today. Also, if you'd like to let me know what challenges and difficulties you have been facing and how you've got through them using your strength and keeping hopeful, it's always good to hear. Please also feel free to check out my website, www.theseerscave.webs.com, for more information about myself, my tools, and the readings that I offer. I want to wish everyone a really happy, joyous, well-protected, and loving day today, surrounded by those who you feel closest to. It's always good to have that. And I want to wish love, light, blessings, and freeth to you all.